We all want to manifest like amazing things in our lives, but we do not really know how to get it done. We are too busy with ourselves. We are too busy with improving. We are too busy with trying to make something happen. But the thing is that you already possess everything that you desire inside of yourself. You already have that version of yourself inside of you that has all the things that you want. The only thing that you have done in your life is that you have pulled a lot of trash on top of it. You have created a personality that is not really who you are. And as cheesy as it sounds, to really attract what you want in your life, you have to first really be yourself, your true self. The thing is that we often believe that we are ourselves, and that being yourself means that we are just who we are and we do not care what other people think or say about us. But it's not about what other people think or say, it's about your true identity. Who were you before you put a lot of crap on top of yourself? Before you tried to fit in, before you created an identity and a persona that can feel safe in a society. Everybody is growing up in a society and everybody tried to fit in somewhere at some point. We didn't want to be the loner, we didn't want to be the weird one, we didn't want to be the one that got bullied, so therefore we decided to fit in. And we actually created a different personality. And that happened a long time ago, and that's why we have a lot of trouble letting go of that version of ourselves that is pretending to be something. Because we have pretended to be this persona for so long now that it became a habit of acting like this. And it may sound really weird for some people because they do not understand it from themselves yet, but we were a different person before we created this personality or this identity. Not everybody, because some people were the weird ones and were okay with it, were the strange ones and were okay with it. And you can figure it out by realizing that whatever it is that you're doing is really true to who you are personally. And that feels good to you. It feels real, it feels true. But as long as you still feel something is missing inside of yourself, that is probably because you are not really letting your true self out. And because we have trained ourselves to be in a certain way, that really try to fit in a society that makes us want to conform to a life that is not really who we are, but at least is safe. And because of that, we now cling on to things from our past and we cling on to things that we want in our future. And we hope that that future will give us what we need. And we are afraid of letting go of our past because we are afraid of losing our identity. And that's exactly something that sometimes has to happen. You have to get rid of this persona that you have created, your ego, because the ego is just your masquerading self, is something that you have created to fit in, to be safe. And as long as you keep acting this way, you cannot really unleash your true potential. You cannot really unleash the true version of yourself, and you can also not really get the things that you really want, because you are blocking it. You are blocking it by clinging on to it because you are not capable of letting go of your identity, because you are afraid of losing your identity. But to really grow in life, we have to kill our ego. We have to die in order to be reborn. I know it sounds very cheesy, but it's really what has to happen in order for us to release ourselves. Release ourselves of our created, masked identity. We have to really be ourselves again. Before they told us who we should be. Before we decided this is how I'm going to act so that I can fit in. And I started realizing all this when I started meditating. I started realizing, wait a second, I do things in this life that are not really true to who I really am. And I got so used to it that I'm now doing it even when I'm by myself. Like music that I'm listening to, games that I like, women I am attracted to. All those things I just taught myself so that I could fit in somewhere. And when I started to really do the things that I really wanted to do and listen to the music I really wanted to listen to, no matter how crap it sounds maybe to other people, or no matter what other people's opinion were of that, that is your true self. We often do not realize this, but we are really living a fake life. And we find it hard to let go because we created an entire life out of it. It's understandable. It's not going to be done in one day, and it's okay. It's also okay if you're still denying it. That means that you're just not ready yet. But as long as you keep attaching yourself to that false masqueraded self of yourself, that false ego, you cannot really grow into the real person that you are meant to be. So that means letting go of your story. We all have created a story of who we are. This is who I am. This is my identity. Because we feel like without that identity, without that story, we are nothing. But it's not true. You are everything. Because that is really who you truly are. And to really get there, it might require some time for you to realize all the things that you have created inside of yourself, all the stories that you have told yourself about who you are, so that you could just be someone. So if you really want to grow in your life, we have to let go of our past, of our story, and of our future. We can let go of our past because it already happened and it will no longer happen again. The future we have to let go of because it's not here. And as long as we keep attaching ourselves to something how it should be, right now is not how it should be. And as long as you keep expressing that vibration that only the future can be good, your now will always be the same. Things will not change because the future will always be in the future. You will always look further. You will always look to the future. So your now is not in the right vibration because you disregard the now because you don't see it as perfect as it is. And to let go of your identity means to let go of these two things. We are all extremely wonderful beings and we deserve the very best life we can live. So if you can accept of yourself that that story that you have told about yourself is not really suiting you anymore, because you don't have to fit in anywhere, you just have to fit in with yourself. And if you can be your true self, your true identity that you were before the story that you told yourself, then you can really live that life. That life is wonderful and will give you so much fulfillment. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you in the next one. In the meantime, have a wonderful, awesome, and blissful day.